Hey, we're back. So yeah, there's been a bit of a wait. I do apologise about that. So busy through the summer, I just had no chance to get in here and do some more videos. But I'm really pleased to be back. I hope you're all pleased to see me back, and we'll get some more reviews done and whatever else we can find with slot cars. Now, the last video I put out was one of the items I got from the UK Slot Car Festival. Seems like an age away now. In fact, as I record this, the winter swap car meet at Gaydon is only about 3 weeks away. Not sure how that will correspond with when this video actually goes out, but yeah, even that one's coming up. So I'll do a video for that as well, which I'll probably slot in somewhere. It'll be a bit out of sync in terms of timing because I want to get some of these videos recorded before putting them out. So yeah, a lot of you good feedback on the items I got from that Slot Car Festival, and I'm going to start with the Legends one. Now, this was something I would never have purchased before. It was advice from you guys telling me that these are good fun, and I haven't used it since I got it. In fact, none of those cars that I purchased from the Slot Car Festival have been around the track yet. I wanted to do that all on camera for the first time. Now, I don't know much about these. In a lot of the other videos, I've been doing a bit of history about the car itself and what that one represents. I've not been able to find out much about this. I know that Smokey's was a garage in America, in Florida, Daytona Beach, and he raced lots of things. I can't actually find any pictures of him racing this particular car, so perhaps you guys can tell me if he did or didn't. But yeah, it seems like a bit of a character, and yeah, did a lot of racing. So what we need to do with this one is what we always do, which is get it out of the box, do a review, and then run it around the track. So let's get started. Okay, let's start with the box art on this one. I really like the gold and black theme behind it. It reminds me very much of the JPS Lotus stuff. I don't know which one came first, whether that was this or Lotus, whether they did it first. Yeah, nice box art. A little bit of damage on this box, unfortunately, at the top left there. Obviously, we've got the phrase from Smokey's, which was the best damn garage in town, Daytona Beach, Florida. And then on the back there, we've got a little cartoon character of him and a little bit of information there. So yeah, nice box art, nothing special, but quite nice all the same. Let's get the car out and have a good look at the car. As I got this one out of the box, something that's quite nice to note is that it comes with 2 extra pinion gears, as stated there, 11 tooth and a 13 tooth. 11 giving the better acceleration and the 13 giving the larger top speed. So that's nice that you can tune this slightly to fit your track a bit better, which is a good thing. We'll see how it performs with its original pinion on the track, and perhaps maybe we'll look at changing one at a later date. You also get obviously your two braids in there as well, spare braids, which is quite handy. I've got to say, this is a perfect example of being able to learn from other people with a YouTube channel. What I mean by that is people that have watched a YouTube channel, because it's only because of you guys that I've actually bought this car, and I really had no interest in them. They're just not something that interests me. I've got no relationship with this type of car, and it just doesn't interest me. But having got this out of the box, I'm really impressed. I really like the fact that it comes with another 2 different pinion sizes. I've not seen that in any other slot car before. So that's really nice, the fact that you're going to be able to tune it very easily. The detail on this car is really good. It's got fantastic engine detail, given that that's got to fit in there with the guide, wiring and everything else. There's even some decent interior detail with the fire extinguisher in the back there, the driver, and an area of dash, and then we've got like the bull bars all around it. I think this car could be a lot of fun, which we will soon find out. In actual fact, that front bumper looks like it's got some sort of cushioning, some impact detail to it. So yeah, really, and the rear actually. Look, if you can see the sort of S shape to the chassis of it there, which will allow for impact resistance. So yeah, let's move to the next stage of having a look inside. Okay, right, what have we got? So starting at the back, we've got obviously a tailpipe detail there, body fixing here, and same front and rear 10mm wide tyres with some tread detail, motor ventilation, magnet quite centrally mounted. You look, it's not that far back from the front axle. I mean, nothing's that far back from the front axle, is it? But this could be interesting. You're going to be able to get a lot of angle on a turn in terms of sideways before that magnet's going to become ineffective. So yeah, I think this is going to be good fun. Digital ready by the looks of it. The guide is 18mm long by 6.7 deep with a tapered leading edge, which is good. And then obviously the 10mm wide tyre at the front, they're the same front and rear. And then your two body mounts, and then we can see the underside. That's that S detail there I was talking about on the bumpers, so that'll sort of allow some cushioning should there be an impact. Right, now we'll get on to the inside. So inside on the chassis, there's that impact detail I was talking about. That's actually very flexible, and what's nice is these are separately mounted, so they slide off of there. So if these do become damaged, they can be changed. I assume they can probably be purchased. We've got a Typhoon 18,000 RPM motor. Moving through to the magnet, as we previously mentioned. Now we've got plastic gears, not my favourite, but they're okay. We've got brass bushings front and rear, which is very good. Then we've got our mounting posts here and here, another identical, so they're the same front and rear, these bumpers, and that one removes as well. And then we've got our guide, and this is into our digital conversion should you want to do that. The guide isn't sprung loaded, which is fine. Onto the underside of the body, you can really see how tight things are in there. But they've still managed to get a decent interior in there, and there's the underside of the engine. Everything's melted on to fix. It's okay. I think this body's going to be quite robust, so I don't think there's going to be much to worry about damage wise on there. So the next step is let's get this run around the track and see what it actually performs like.
Shipped in high gear, best garage in town, legends engineered. Pushing through the night, feel the engine song. Pushing past the limits where we all belong. Daytona dreams alive, racers stand tall. And our Pioneer Garage, we own it all. Hear the final lap, honk the victory horn. Pioneer legends ride until the break of dawn.
What I think then after an initial drive, good fun. Yeah, it's it feels like it's quite punchy, but I think I might try that lower gear because it might give it a bit more punch, because it's almost impossible to get it to spin out actually. I think I do have an issue with the track though, which I need to resolve, and that is that I need to get a bridging wire over to this side. I've noticed that a few times actually with some cars where you really notice a power drop off there, which I'll have to do at some point. I haven't got time to do that today. But yeah, and I notice that very much on this car as it goes up that straight. You can probably hear it actually. It's not pulling as well as it would be throughout the rest of the track. But yeah, well planted, really difficult to get it to spin out, and really stable. Yeah, good fun. So what we need to do now is put it around the track to give it its lap times, and we'll see how that performs against all the other cars we've done so far.
With the vintage beach, slot cars burning rubber through the neon haze. 34 Ford Coupe sets the streets ablaze. Smokies on our tail, but we shift in high gear. Best garage in town, legends engineered. Pushing through the night, feel the engine song. Pushing past the limits where we all belong. Daytona dreams alive, racers stand tall. And now, Pioneer Garage, we own it all. Hear the final lap, honk the victory horn. Pioneer legends ride until the break of dawn.
So with a fastest lap time of 4.38 seconds, that puts this car smack bang in the middle of the Fly 911 and the Carrera RX-7 in 4th place. So pushing the RX-7 down to 5th. Now that's quite an improvement over the other Pioneer car we've tested, which was the General Lee, which was at 5.17 seconds. So yeah, faster than that. Easier to control than that, I would say. I only had one off during that fast lap session, which shows that it's quite a good car to control and keep pushing that lap time faster and faster without it spinning off every 5 seconds. So yeah, and I haven't done anything like truing tyres or anything like that. So there's a lot more to come from this car. So maybe we'll revisit this one at another date. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you like that one. There's more coming along soon, and keep subscribing. Thanks then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Night should glow on the track at Daytona Beach. Pioneer legends war with the vintage beach. Slot cars burning rubber through the neon haze. 34 Ford Coupe sets the streets ablaze. Smokies on our tail, but we shift in high gear. Best garage in town, legends engineered.